my friend. I'm sending you back into the game world, to the town of Fallcrest. Your quest? Begin advanced combat training with Brother Lee, the local monk. Follow his instructions for 1 week, and you will receive 1 success point, a +1 to dexterity, as well as the improved initiative feat.
Excellent.
Side quests will present themselves during the course of the main quest. Completing them will earn you luck points and other rewards. As always, you're the only character who knows this universe is imaginary. Everyone else believes their reality to be the one true reality. You may ask the DM 3 yes or no questions to aid you in the navigating of the fantasy realm. And as always, if you die in the game world, you die in real life. You've been working nights as a dishwasher and server at a tavern called The Last Stand. A few days ago, you captured a young dire rat, which you are keeping secret in your small closet room above the tavern. You recently spent a day off of training at the market. You sampled some local food and some elven wine. You even bought a small keg of imported ale from the tavern, as well as a couple of badger pelts, a few trinkets scavenged from the rubble of Fallcrest, and a new outfit tailored to your measurements. Among the trinkets, an old belt buckle and a chained clasp for a cloak. Both had hidden compartments. Inside the clasp was a small blue gemstone. Inside the buckle was a piece of paper with a word written in runes. They matched the rune style of a small dark wood dish with runic engravings that was also at the trinket stand. You haggled for it and took it home at a bargain. You appear in your small closet room, wearing your peasant clothes. The rat is gnawing on the box that he's being kept in. 2 side quests are waiting for you when you arrive. One is called the Blue Gemstone. Have the gemstone appraised by a local jeweler. The other is called Mysterious Runes. Determine the language carved into the dark wood saucer dish. Each is worth 2 luck points.
Right, so what time of day is it?
It is dawn.
Beautiful, as always. So I will leave the tavern, and I'm just gonna go straight to Brother Lee, try to locate him.
You head over to where he's usually either stacking them or otherwise he's gathering them around town. You don't see him there when you get there in the morning, and usually he is there first thing to greet you.
So this is unusual.
Yes.
Is there anyone nearby doing anything?
Sure. There's someone walking by with a basket of eggs. Farmer coming from the north down south. You could ask him if he's seen Brother Lee.
Yep.
Farmer tells you, I saw him here a moment ago as he passed by, stacking stones. Didn't see him come up this way though.
Alright. That gives me all switch quests.
Farmer bids you a good day, continues on.
Same to him. Always very friendly.
Absolutely.
That's my thing. Alright, so we're going to walking north into town.
Alright, as you're heading north, you're just about to the bridge. You are struck in the back of the head by something.
Alright, after painfully reacting, I spin around, just in general,
Yeah.
and look.
Spin, you look. You see a ball of knotted up rags, tightly wound, kind of fall and bounce off to the floor, bounce off to the ground on the road. Kind of rolls off, and you look and you see Brother Lee standing, having been hiding behind the corner. Stands there. How do you react?
I rubbed the back of my head, which is probably sore.
It is.
And I said, what's that about?
Starts walking towards you. Leans over to pick up the rag ball. Says it will do you no permanent harm, but it will leave an imprint in your mind. We will build off of. Within a week's time, you will not be so easy to sneak up upon. It is vital that your sense of alertness be activated in order for it to be honed. Brother Lee tells you that in addition to your continued bow staff training, he will be stalking you throughout the week to attack you without warning with a rag ball. This will ensure a heightened sense of awareness in all that you do. He spends a few minutes working on your high and low attacks and defense with the bow staff. He then instructs you on a mid-swing attack and defense with the bow staff. And he concludes by testing you on all that you've learned so far. Then Brother Lee tells you to go about your day, but to keep an eye out for his surprise attacks through the coming week. You take a short rest. You can spend some time carrying stones to the top of the broken wall if you like. Doing so will contribute to an increase in your climb skill. You can do so and still have a few hours of free time before you have to start work at the last stand. You can take that time to have the gem appraised, to inquire about the runes, or to pick up your clothing.
Oh, I'm picking my clothes first.
You head to the tailor,
Yes.
who's on the way to the market. He has your clothing ready for you, takes the cloak clasp and the belt buckle, attaches the clasps, and has a belt that is compatible.
It's black. Black belt.
Yeah, very good.
Always good.
As you put it on, make sure that it's all fitting properly. And it does, like a glove. And he has an expensive mirror in the corner. You can take a good look at yourself, and it's quite a step up from
Like a pimp.
peasant guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a look around now. I want to be able to have someone identify this blue gem.
Sure. Last time you were at the market, there was a jewelry stand, and you imagine that
There you go.
someone there would be able to appraise it.
All right.
Head to the jeweler.
Yep.
His stand is open. He's a wealthy, older-looking human with pretty far back receding hairline, short hair, neatly kept, well-dressed. Has quite a bit of fine jewelry on display. Some that's old and a little crappier, but it looks like it's local, so it has value to some people here.
Is anyone is he interested with anyone at the moment? Or is he just, alright. So I won't engage him. I'll, me walk up very casual. Yeah, I'll walk up, very casually and, address him. I introduce myself as Scott. And I say, I have this gem. And I like to get praised or looked at.
Here, takes it and pulls a little examining little eyepiece. Holds it up, looks it over, nods, hands it back.
Take it.
Tells you that it is a blue sapphire, and its value is 25 plus 5d10
Tells me.
gold pieces. Yes. We'll call it 50. He says it looks like there are some markings that look like it was once set in to something.
Interesting.
The kind of thing he deals in, he sees this kind of thing fairly frequently. Jewelry that's been basically plucked out of something.
Right. No, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you now.
It's not
It was in
necessarily-
like a ring or necklace or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna hold on to it for now,
Okay,
because the option's always there.
sure. You receive 2 luck points for completing the quest.
Complete.
Yes.
Booyah.
What do you do next?
Alright, so the other one is the ruins. Now, as familiar as my character would be with the city in general, would he have an idea of where to start off looking for someone that could answer that question?
Well, you'd probably want to start with someone that you know, you've already met, and who might be more likely than
That's a good
others to at least know something, or at least know where to point you in the right direction.
Maybe Brother Lee has some confidence he may have some answers.
All right. He's gathering stones amidst the rubble over in this section of town. You find him over there, and he's gathering. Approach him and ask.
Yep. Take out the bowl first.
He takes a look at it, asks you where you got it.
Tell him I bought that drinking stand.
He says, well, I don't know what it says, but believe this is the language of the Hill People, a tribe of humans who lived in this part long before it was settled. It is said they're not around anymore.
So the indigenous people,
Mm-hmm.
who are humans, not elves, just a different human
Yeah.
language. Okay, interesting. But he doesn't know what it says.
Right. He tells you that the only person that he knows of that might know anything about them is the Elven Ranger, Aramil, who is part of the local adventuring group. Mystic Runes quest completed.
Sweet. What was that? 2 luck points?
2 luck points.
Nice. I thank him. I will tell him that I'll work on my train today, or train this week, and then head back to the tavern, see if I can find this guy.
Okay. You head in. A few people there drinking. Carl, the bartender, sees you come in a little bit early. Sees you very well dressed, and says, "Whoa! Well, look at you, coming in to quit your job."
I'm walking, just kind of like, So I need a change of look.
Well, it suits you. Might not be the best dishwashing attire, but it suits you.
I agree. All right. I ask him now. This guy's visited here multiple times, so I ask him, Carl, if you've seen him around, or if he's actually in the room. I'll just take a look around.
He's not in the room. Carl tells you that he usually only stops in with the adventuring party. Usually when they're out clearing out a keep or a manor or a farmhouse or something of the like. And he says word usually gets around, and people usually will then gather at this tavern. It's, on the edge of town. They want to stop in as soon as they're done from their long journey, and get some food. And that's the
Absolutely.
first place. So
Yeah, it's like home base.
yeah, so they stop there. That's their home base. That's their tavern. Well, word's gotten around town. Expect to be back in a few days. 4 or 5.
Okay.
You're a couple hours into your shift. Vance shows up to cook. During a beer break, he mentions that the owner, Carl, told him that you'd taken care of his rat problem the other day.
It's not. And said, yeah, I took care of the problem.
So it sounded like a big sucker. Maybe even a small dire rat.
I just kind of shrugged my shoulders and like it might have been. I didn't really see whether or not that right.
Sure.
I play stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Since you're just sitting there sipping beer, tells you he knew a guy that had a trained dire rat once. A sailor. He was the first mate on a ship. I was the cook on board for a little over a year. Had to get used to that thing scurrying around. They had to keep him well fed, otherwise he'd be getting into all sorts of things. They had to let him run around to burn off the energy, otherwise they'd be chewing holes through all the walls. He used special meats and cheeses as rewards for tricks. Smarter than you might think. You basically learned from him that some basics of how to care for the rat, just from overhearing a little anecdote. But they're smart, and they can retrace their steps, some say from up to 30 miles away, to get back to their food source.
Interesting.
They're smart, and they can be trained with basic voice commands and body language to kind of sense your intent. But they're fiercely loyal to their food source, but it'll fade if you can't keep it fed.
That's like a continuing running quest.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a long-term thing. You're gonna have to spend money on food to keep this thing fed. It will be a necessity.
That's freaking, absolutely.
All right.
That's very cool. Alright. In that case, I will essentially focus on working at night and train during the day for those few days. Save them monies or whatever. I'm paid.
The next morning, as you're making for the outhouse, Brother Lee pops out from behind it and lobs a rag ball right at your chest. You can make a reflex roll of 10 to try and avoid it entirely, or you can make a defensive strike with your bow staff. If you make it 12, you strike it. and you get +1 luck points. If you can get a 14, you knock it back towards him and get 2 luck points.
I'm gonna try to hit back at him.
Alright, attack with the staff. So that'd be a 10 total. You'd need to spend 2 to actually hit it. Otherwise, it's gonna hit you.
I'll spend 2.
Okay.
Just to hit. I'm not gonna hit it back. I'll just
Yeah,
like
you'll hit it. You'll keep it from hitting you.
Yep. Just like
You do so,
action.
and you get 1 luck point back. He nods, kind of chuckles, grabs the rag ball off the ground, kind of gives you a little salute.
I'm getting better. And wave.
Heads off for the day. Another day passes. You train, climb, you work, and you can even take the rat out, put it in the backpack, take it out to the woods over here, let it run around, and have some cheese for it, so it'll come back. On the third day, as you're heading through the tavern, Brother Lee pops out from behind a table in the corner.
Really? This time I'm gonna try and hit back at him.
Alright, gotta make a 14.
Magic number, baby.
That does it.
Walk along and maybe hears like a little rustle somewhere in the background. So that spin around, how I expect what's going on. So the staff basically comes up over the shoulder and then turning one hand baseball bat, like right in the middle of the rod.
Strikes and sends it right back at him. But he is fast. His hand snatches it out of the air before it strikes him and just grabs it and
I
holds
would
it.
expect nothing less.
Yeah, right. On your 4th day of training, later on in the day, you're about halfway through carrying 30 stones up the wall. Out from behind a tree pops Brother Lee with a rag ball whipping straight at you.
Brother Lee from behind the tree. This time I was gonna try to dodge.
Reflex 10. And you evade it however you want to.
Just kind of do a smooth criminal move.
Yeah, he rips
So I was
it.
gonna just like spin around and like spin, criminal by all the way.
Nice, you hear it whiz past you.
I smile and I'm actually gonna turn around, go get it, and
Cool.
throw it back to him.
Toss it back. He catches it, smirks, nods, and gives a little salute.
I
Heads
missed,
off.
but there you go.
Yeah.
It's respect.
That's good. That's what he wants to see. On the 5th day, you hear that the adventurers are returning that evening, and we'll be stopping in at the tavern to eat.
All right.
You're washing dishes in the back, and the cook's preparing the plates for the meal. The place is packed out front. Most people want to see the adventurers and hopefully overhear a good story. There is a dwarven fighter, a young farm girl, and an elven ranger. With them sits a local guard, same one who was sitting with them and conversing the last time, the one you alerted when the bar fight broke out.
Right.
They're all conversing and laughing. It's time to carry the plates up.
Alright. So, what I like to do before I take them to the table is, as nonchalantly as I can, knowing who ordered what, take something of the elves and put it in the bowl with the ruins. So that when I serve them, I put the bowl down in front of him, and his food's there, but it's a different bowl.
What would you put in it?
Would I be able to take some of the sauce that's on the meat and like put it in the bowl like dipping sauce?
Yeah, absolutely. You set it down?
Yeah.
With the rest? Alright.
I set the sauce that's closest to the elf.
He looks at it, kind of takes notice of it. Was conversing with the dwarf, but as soon as you set it down, it catches his eye and he kind of breaks the conversation. Now you're in your peasant clothes for work, I'd imagine, right? Or do you? Yeah. All right. So looks at it, looks at you, says, "Pardon me, young sir. Where did you come upon this dish?" Gestures at it.
I tell him I bought it from the market, guys.
He says, "Do you know what this is?"
I say I know it's a language, but I don't know what it means. What it says.
He says, I don't know precisely what it says. Kind of picks it up and holds it towards you. He says, but I know this is not for us. With this, everyone else just kind of quiets down and starts looking at him. And he's kind of smiling, a bit bemused, and a bit amused at your confusion in the moment. He says, this is a Fey offering dish. I would not dare consume its contents.
I bow politely and take the dish back and say, my apologies. Look at Faye.
He gestures for the writing. He says, this is the writing of the Hill Folk, a tribe of humans who lived in this area long before it was settled by those who would build Fallcrest. They were a secretive people, mostly peaceful, but not above defending themselves with violent force. They moved to another place. I've rarely crossed paths with one. As I recall, he says, there was a librarian in Fallcrest who spent most of his life studying their relics. He was writing a tome of his accumulated knowledge when the city fell. I expect it's still in the old library.
I thank him. Information.
Side quest activated. Tome of the Hill Folk. Excavate the ruins of the old library and recover the Tome of the Hill Folk. Do this, and you will be rewarded with 2 luck points and 1 question for the DM of any kind, not limited to yes or no.
Understand.
The farm girl who is sitting beside him, she looks over at the dish, says, "May I see that?"
I hand to her.
She looks it over intently. She says, "My grandmother always told me meeting one of the hill folk was good luck. I thought I met one once as a child. But he may have just been a stranger. An odd stranger, though." She hands it back.
Asks where she met him.
On a wooded hilltop, a ways out of town, where her family's farm was. The dwarf kind of scowls at it. Says, "Best leave them folk alone. If you see one, I say walk the other way. No one needs that kind of trouble."
Asks what's wrong with them.
Shifty, always hiding. Never can tell what they're up to.
Alright, well I thank them all. Kind of like bow out.
As you're about to bow out, Aramil asks you, "Young man, what is your name?"
Say Scott. Scott Raymond.
He nods. "Well, Scott Raymond, I think you may be destined for greater things than dishwashing." He nods and
This kind of smile.
waves you away.
I say, I hope so. No, that's not the kind of expectors. Wish him well.
All right. Take the dish away.
And shit. Yep.
What do you do with it?
Eat the food inside and clean it up.
You clean it out, wash it off, and you have the bowl is as it was.
Alright.
You learn with minimal effort that the old library was built on the edge of Fallcrest's upper section, known to locals as Hightown, and the section beneath is known as Lowtown. Hightown is mostly larger manors that survived the city's destruction in the Bloodspear War, and Lowtown is filled with market goods and tradesmen, and took a heavier brunt of the damage in the attack, as the orcs came mostly from the bottom. You're pondering this all. You have to get back to work. You have dishes to wash. And after your shift, as you're heading up the stairs to bed, out from around the corner pops Brother Lee. The daily attack.
Brilliant. He's coming at me. I was wondering if maybe I could actually catch the thing.
Absolutely.
and then throw it back at him.
Yeah, I will. Ooh,
That's
the
my
catch.
intent. Oh, yeah.
Let's make it a reflex to catch. 11. Okay.
Oh,
Do you want to spend the luck?
I'll spend the luck. Was
Okay.
that 9 points?
Mm-hmm. To save face,
Yep.
so that
I'm
he has
doing
never
it.
he has never quite beamed you again in all of this like the first time.
Yeah, you got me once.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on him. Got me twice. Shame on me.
Exactly. All right.
We have a cool kind of flub a little bit, just lean back, like as it dodges, also lean back to catch it, and then
Absolutely.
stand up, throw it, not,
Yeah,
super hard,
You chuck it back out.
throw it back.
He catches it and nods, smiles, and heads down the steps. Passes you. Says, "See you in the morning."
Say thank you and
Now, your side quest is to excavate the ruined library, which is right here.
yep.
It is this large structure on the edge of the hill, or the edge of the
These are doorways to the roads, right? I imagine.
the roads that lead up the
This is a
steep
cliff.
steep roads. Bit of a walk.
All right, let's head on up.
All right, you head on up, check the place out. Now it is on the 6th day. It is your day off from training, anyways. So you have time to
We add more time.
more time. Yeah,
Right, spend the same thing.
you have the day to do this, basically.
Sweet. Works out well.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. You head up the steps, and occasionally you pass someone going here or there.
Huffing and puffing.
Oh yeah, every single one of them. Yeah, yourself included. But you got the walking stick, so it helps. All right. Which one do you head up? Which road do you head up?
Right
This one here? All right, yeah. You head up and come right across. You see that the place is sealed up, tight as a drum, looks like, at least from the base, and just covered in vines. There are a good number of trees that have grown around it. Some of them are quite old. The doors are thick, locked. Windows are shuttered with sturdy wood, also locked. No real practical way for you to get through on your own. But you do see that there is considerable overhang from some of the trees that hang over the roof. It's a 2-story place, about 25, 30 feet high.
What time of day is it?
What time of day do you head out for it? Beer, mid-morning.
I suppose actually I've had the
Mid-morning
whole
if you
day.
want. Yeah.
As
At
a
least-
breakfast.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt to scope it out.
Yeah, actually I would. Spend a little time just to walk around the premises maybe.
Yeah.
You know, taking the sights. Find out my best way in, looking at whatever's around. What would
You
be the
see,
best
you
option?
see that there's a part of the roof seems to be kind of sloping at the angle from which you're seeing it, and it's underneath where there's a large cluster of branches that are passing over in some way, because it looks like it's been at least partially collapsed under one of these branches. Things over 100 years without repair. You know, these things happen.
The
None of these
the
trees.
roof's not the most stable structure of a
Yeah,
house
yeah.
usually. It's probably one of the first things to go.
And none of these trees that are kind of clustered around it were ever intended to be there and let grow for 100. Now these trees, they don't have branches towards the base, so you'd have to throw a rope up, like 15 feet, to get to the first branch. And to climb up and do what you need to do, you think you might need to get some rope yourself to do this.
Maybe buy a grappling hook? Would that help?
That would absolutely help having a grappling hook, yeah. If you want to spend
This
the
is
money
by
on
a
that.
strip grappling hook.
All right, head into town. Or head into the market.
It's always good to, let's face it, it's always good to have a freaking grappling hook when you're made for. We got 3 silver, yo.
3 silver. No, not bad. A grappling hook goes for 1 gold piece, brand new. But I could say you could get an old, maybe a little bit rusty, a little dinged.
A little hand me down. I'm
Yeah,
cool with that.
exactly. Let's say we'll
a
get
starter.
that for exactly for 1d8 copper,
Oops.
2 copper. You've got yourself a grappling hook.
Awesome. Arms down. Alright. Okay, so I will go back to the tree. I think it's best.
Are you gonna get some rope?
Yes.
How much rope do you want, first of all? Rope, you can get some old used rope, but still strong and good. You know, just a little ratty looking. You can get that for 1 silver per 10-foot length.
Alright. Get 2 of those. 7 copper.
How much?
7.
You have 7 left?
Yep.
Alright.
So you get 1 20-foot piece of rope.
Knot
Same
it off,
place.
climb it, use it, and then reuse it.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. That totally works.
I got my outfit down too.
Very good. I was just about to ask. You are all dressed up.
No.
Very good. So you are basically looking like a young adventurer. Get some basic supplies at the market. All right. You have your rope. You have your grappling hook.
Sweet. All right. Let's go back.
Put it in the backpack and head on up. All right. You walk back on up the long trek, and you get to the base of the tree that is overhanging. That's the tree. Basically, this is the area here that looked like it was a little compressed around the edges. Alright, so you basically head up to the base of the tree. There are branches that are going off in all different directions here. Really, any one of them will do with your grappling hook.
I'll grab one, just kind of head straight in the
Sure.
middle.
So you take your time with the grappling hook.
Kind of I don't know if you take 10.
Yeah,
or just, like,
absolutely.
simply, I want to roll to like throw it up there. Eventually it's going to get up there.
Yeah. Roll 1d4, see how many tries it takes to get it.
There you go. Uno.
First try.
Nice.
Toss it up.
Nice. Just
Get it right in the crook and it sticks nice and firm. You got it.
And what do they call that? Propel?
Rappel is down.
So propel, I guess.
Propel
yourself
up.
like up the
Yeah.
tree trunk, like.
Yeah, you
And just like.
stick it. And it's your muscle memory kicks in. It's not terribly unlike making your way up the stone wall that you've been going up and down. You scale the tree and get up into the little branch burst area. Situate yourself, and you yank the grappling hook free. It takes a little bit because it was stuck in so good.
Carrying that weight, yeah.
You're up in the tree and see a well-dressed person walking down. Kind of sees you up in the trees. It keeps on walking, but you just kind of takes note of you up there. Goes about their way.
I wave at him.
Kind of give a little polite wave back. Go about their way.
Alright, so I will kind of like catwalk my way across the branch, all fours.
Yep. And there are other branches that kind of come across and whatnot, and you can kind of make use of them as you need to balance.
Stabilize, yeah.
Yeah. Make your way up onto the roof, the gentle slope, and you see there is a opening. There's a collapsed hole in the ceiling. It's fallen down into the second floor.
We'll say it's like a little before midday, like 10:30 in the morning.
Sure.
My dude doesn't have like any kind of light source, so I obviously wouldn't do something like this without one.
You could get a lantern
Maybe
or get an
say-
oil lamp from the tavern like you used in the basement. You realistically have access to that.
It's hanging on the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm an
You want-
adventurer. So it's hanging outside.
That
old
looks
school
way
style.
better that way, yeah. Because that's all you fucking have at this point. Alright, well for now, and you imagine there'll be enough reflective light to get you in a little
Yeah,
ways.
for now.
Yeah.
Right. So I will, I'll look inside first, kind of get a scope of the room, see if it's
Yeah,
a safe place to
absolutely.
land, see how deep
You
it
look
is.
down through the couple tree branches beneath you, crisscrossing here and there. Look down and you see a hallway. Thin, thick wooden doors. Sturdy handles. And you're kind of perched over, looking down into all this. The floor itself is covered in a thick layer of brush. Tree branches falling in
Just
from
falling to the
decades.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a huge mulch pile that's right beneath it that kind of thins out after about 10, 15 feet in either direction. You do kind of have to, there's really no choice but to kind of land down on the big kind of mulch pile that's been naturally there. The branch you're on, strong enough to hold you, continues on over, in fact, so even if it went down a good ways, it would just start pressing on the roof. It's a sturdy enough place to lower yourself down from.
Carefully walk over, tie the rope to almost any branch will work as long as it's not too flimsy. Basically tie to the branch so I have a support.
Throw the grappling hook up over the branch that goes across.
Yep.
And lower yourself down. Climb 8.
Ooh. Slide down like a fireman.
And lower yourself down, and the branch kind of creaks under your weight, so you kind of lightly set down. And in this moment, you do at least see that this leads to a hallway that turns this way here, and that there are unlit torches periodically along the walls. You set down, you set down into the mulch pile, and it feels like it's about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet thick, wet, crunchy, and you kind of sink in to it. But don't go in all the way, because it's pretty densely packed. It's been there for a long time. Yeah, you set down, and the rope, the branch kind of pulls itself back up. The rope slips out of your gloved hand. You're standing there on the mulch pile.
I like to just kind of like how people walk down a steep hill, you take those heavy steps, kind of where it's going to be, just kind of walk down to the base floor, get out of the rubble.
You take a step forward and you feel the ground shift beneath you, and your footing is unsettled, and you kind of have to instinctively choose another footing as if the ground itself is moving under you. There is a rustling, almost a coiled rustling.
Something's under this
around you. Yeah.
What I like to do immediately and like instantaneously, spontaneously, is as soon as I realize I'm stepping on something that's alive, is basically kind of fall into a tumble off of the pile and like roll away from it. Just
Which way?
Right, like this way.
Just forward.
And just
All right.
it's kind of like tumble fall and.
You tumble, fall, and as
panic reaction.
yeah. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna have you roll initiative.
All right, let's do that. I was gonna ask that, I forgot. Yeah, initiatives. Oh, can't wait to get the improved initiative later.
You wanna go first? Should I go first?
Same time.
Same time?
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
You. Oh.
That's pretty good. 19.
And
You got a 17. All right.
Oh. It rolled so good.
You did roll really well. Well, you could add luck points to it if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to.
All right.
I'll match.
Save a life. Spend a luck point.
All right, so basically I will like go in like a real strip, tumble, and as I do, maybe stand up, spin around, face the pile, pull out the bow staff, and I'm not sure how we're gonna
As you pick up the bow staff and ready yourself, you see the kind of shifting mass beneath the mulch, and then a black form strikes out, and you see this head of a gigantic centipede lash out towards you. Its head is about this big. Its pincers come out like this. And while you can't see it, you would infer that its body has got to be at least 10, 15 feet long in totality, with lots of tiny little nasty legs.
All right. This thing rears its ugly head.
Rears its ugly head, and it would have bit you or attacked you if you had lost the initiative roll.
All right. So now how are we doing this? We going initiative every round, or are we going?
Initiative round by round. You have it right now. How do you react to this?
This thing kind of like rears up at me.
Well, it doesn't rear up. It kind of crawls
low to
out
the
at you. It's low to the ground and would have snapped at your heel.
I gotcha. All right. So in that case, get staff out, and it kind of nips at me. I do like a half step back. What I want to do is have the staff straight up, basically bring it around and try to like just swipe it across the head.
All right, low attack. You get a +1 attack to that. Oh, I'm sorry. AC is. We will take it straight from the book. How does that sound?
Sounds fair.
All right. AC is 14.
I'm gonna have to miss.
You have to miss.
Yep.
All right. You swing low at its head. It reflexively, like a whip cracking, pulls back from where it was going to whip, and then strikes back forward with its pincers, trying to snip the bow staff, the base of it with its pincers.
All right.
All right. +2 attack.
I'm a class 10.
I'm a class 10. 8. Not enough. Close.
Close.
Damn close. You yank the bow staff away and it snips
Like
in the air.
for a second when I pull out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It gets it, but doesn't
Just
quite
tip it
get
in.
the grip that it needs, and you yank it out before the pinchers can really set in.
We're gonna come right back at this thing. Basically, like, I go to swoop it and he like reacts so quickly, tries to bite the staff, and I pull it away and come right back down and try to bash its head.
All right, downward attack, just normal +0 attack for that then. That'll do it. You
Oh yeah.
crack right down, like in the middle of its like head plate.
Yep. So the bite just give it a good old bob.
Indeed.
Your damage.
There is a cracking sound, and a high-pitched hiss as it pulls back and retreats into the pile.
I'm going to just take a moment to calm down. Nice fall giant stress me. And what I just do is just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't come back at me. But I listen to see if I can open this door like on the side. Like back up to it and see if it opens at all.
Does not budge. It's locked.
Alright. If I kill this thing or not. Probably should.
Um,
Did this thing like hide into the debris like I can't see it anymore?
Yeah, really
Okay. So it's like it
cloaked itself well.
Alright. I'm actually just gonna wait a moment. And if give enough time, I'm just keeping an eye on that pile. And I'm also gonna eventually come up to that door and try to see if that one's unlocked at all. If I can get it.
It's locked.
Alright. Well, I think I need to take care of this thing. Moment of silence, I think. Stand there. I think basically I'm just going to go up to the pile of debris and shit, just basically take the staff and just make some noise. We're just trying to scare it out or antagonize it out.
You swipe through, brushing back and forth, kind of stabbing and jabbing through, and you make it most of the way through, and you feel the bow staff give way into seems like a hole in the floor.
Oh, interesting.
You can just tell kind of with the thing. It's about a foot wide, 1.5 feet maybe. Seems to have been just dug through, bored through, or burrowed through. Start trying to clear it through.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear up the area for now,
Alright.
so that it's visible later. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do quite yet.
Sure.
I want to make sure the hole is obvious. So after that, I will again still keep an eye on the hole, staff in one hand. I will check both these doors, see if I can get through them at all.
They're locked.
All right, that's fine. Walk around the hole. I'll still keep an eye on it. And come this way. I'm gonna spend time. Is it possible to like light these torches with a lantern? Is that like
Yeah, you can take the little cover guard off the lantern and just have the open flame, and let that burn on the old torch head. And
lamp up as I go?
all right, you
And
do.
I'm
So you
going
take the
to
torch,
continue.
and as you go, you just when it starts instantly once you get a good torch roaring, and you can just kind of light them as you walk along, and you don't even really have to slow down too much.
I'm being very safe about this. So I'm like lighting them out, sure what goes from here.
Yeah.
But always looking both ways, keeping an ear out.
And you see ahead of you, there's a hallway with some doors along the wall, but halfway down begins to descend in a stairway.
walk down the steps.
All right.
Light torches as they go.
Goes down for another almost 10 feet. And comes to an end, opens up into, and you actually see that there's across the way, there's another set of steps that lead up. Sealed front door. That's what you see there. You're reaching over to light this one here in the corner. One of the steps, one of the wooden plank steps, gives way beneath you. A reflex of 11 to leap safely away, or at least to another part of the step.
Oof. Is that 10?
It's at 11.
Ah, something bad's happening.
Don't have it?
Nope.
All right. You try to leap out of the way, but it's not quick enough, and the next, you reflexively try to keep your balance with the other foot by stepping on the one below it, and that one just caves underneath you, and you feel yourself plummeting through the steps that are just collapsed beneath you. You fall into a pile of broken wood. All right, roll reflex 8 to take half damage from the fall. All right. So you take 1 point of stamina damage.
All right.
So it's a bit of a hurt.
Yeah, it's there's some pain, there's groaning.
Yeah,
There's takes some time to get back up.
Exactly. Yeah, you maybe like landed funny on a corner of a
quiet
thing.
There's quiet cursing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stand up eventually.
It's just an empty place beneath the steps.
Interesting. All right. Now you get out.
All right. Yeah. You fall. All right.
After
Well,
I get my breath and
from what it looks like to you, you're going to have to climb your way up from remnants of cracks in the stone that the wood planks are set into, and the wood planks themselves that the stairs kind of form above you. All right. Well, I suppose you can take 10 on this. All right. If you take 10, you can make your way up.
all right.
Climb up, aching,
Yes.
and
Tread. Pause for a moment to get a breather.
yeah, exactly. And tread carefully. Your torch has been snuffed out, and without it, it's getting very dark in here. You'd have to, in fact, part of these steps have been ripped out, but the edges where the wood posts go into the wall,
Yep.
they're still kind of jutting out. So you could kind of
Maybe
perch
shimmy
yourself
away.
out and grab the torch that's still lit.
I need a light source, so
Your lantern would have been trashed in the fall.
we'll do that.
You have a lit torch then.
Do I have to roll for that? Can I take 10 or is it? Seems maybe a little risky. I don't know. Like stepping on those little things sticking out of the wall to get the torch.
We'll have you roll, but we'll say we'll not make it crazy. We'll say climb 7.
Dodge. Oh, nailed it.
10 total.
Cool.
All
Just
right.
kind of do the steps up,
You
grab
make
the
it.
torch, get back, and then head downstairs. Now, this front door, as I get downstairs, obviously look around here.
Yeah.
Just make sure, especially make sure
As soon
everything's
as you get
coming
down,
at me.
yeah, you see the large room before you. The most pronounced features of this large entry area are the 6 bookcases that flank the middle walkway down to the librarian's desk, upon which there are still a few books that are long since covered in dust, left there from when the town fell. And then you hold the torch out, the shadows kind of scatter. And you see that there are a good number of cobwebs that are crisscrossing between the bookshelves and around them.
I'm gonna step forward, walk towards the middle of the room, and I need to find this book.
The elf said that the librarian was working on it, and it was a work in progress even when the city fell, so that it would probably be somewhere by his desk.
Alrighty. Head over here.
You're heading over there. You see movement in the cobwebs. You see hand-sized tarantulas spiders, hairy ones, crawling towards, perching themselves. One of them leaps off, a jumping spider, towards you. Your instincts respond to it as if it were a rag ball coming at you.
Nice.
All right, and you can respond to it with a reflex to try and dodge. You can hit it.
The torch, as it comes at me, like hit it with the torch and sort of like so it lands on the fire, and then kind of deflect it into anywhere else. So they're coming at me, I just will basically parry the spider with
a
the torch.
high enough roll. I'll allow a cool parry. Well, that's with the bow staff,
Reflex.
anyways.
Oh.
I'm afraid that's just not going to happen.
No. Nope.
All right. You take a swing at it with the head of the torch, but it flies past the flames and lands on your shoulder. Right. And it's on. Right. It's now it can't bite through that level of thickness, but you see it tries to, but it doesn't get through, and then it tries immediately starts moving. Well, high up, low, 3 low, down your arm, looking to get towards more narrow fabric that it can sink its teeth into, get some flesh.
I don't like spiders. So I'm like, as I'm like freaking out, and it's clawing down my arm. I try, let's maybe step over to the nearest anything, a bookshelf, something, and try like slam it into something.
Absolutely. Well, actually, no. Let's do an initiative roll for that to see if you can smash it before it sinks its fangs in. Yeah, I like that.
Oh.
In that case, you feel a sharp sting before it slams in.
So basically, yeah, it feels like it's stabbing me if I bang him into the wall, smush him.
Now, you slam into this one, and there are some other tarantulas here, and most of them jump away when this happens.
I'm going to shake my arm off, the spider gunk, and take the torch and wave around, make sure, wave around kind of aggressively as I advance towards the...
Yeah, they creep back as the flames,
do the wave of them and all.
As more of them creep back, then the rest kind of take the cue and they move back over here.
And I'll make my way towards the desk.
As you're heading towards the desk, you have a moment where you feel a little lightheaded and the room goes a little wonky.
Just wonder about that. Oh god. Alright. I will approach the desk and see if I can find what I'm looking for.
You approach the desk.
Still trying to be cautious about everything else.
Exactly, yeah.
Very on edge in this entire area.
Very wise. There's a little flap, that lets you in to move some things, yeah. You see that inside this desk area, there's a chair that's kind of been shoved to the side. There's a bust that had someone you don't recognize. And but beneath it, in the corner here, there's a safe with a key lock.
Damn. I'll take out the key. Oh, now where the hell would that be? Are there any type of drawers or anything? Like storage?
There are drawers.
Start looking through drawers.
Look through the drawers. Papers, supplies. No keys.
Keep being out of the brain, that doesn't make sense. I maybe would be long dead. Maybe the bust of the person? Let's check that out.
It's heavy, made of stone, but you kind of lift it back or tilt it. You see that there's something underneath.
Carefully kind of lean into the statue as I push it back and
you feel a cold metal key.
Swipe it out, then
it clunks back down.
Sweet. Spin the key around my finger. See if it opens up the door for the safe.
Slides in and turns without resistance. Safe opens.
I peek my head out from the table to make sure there's nothing coming at me. So I don't know about this place. Go back down, bring the torch down, and see what's inside.
Inside, you see 3 tomes stacked upon each other. 2 look quite old. One looks more modern than the rest. Looks like it's just been sitting there in pretty good condition. It doesn't have any writing on it, on the cover or anything like that. It looks like unfinished. And you also see a small shelf below it, that there is a ring of keys.
Interesting.
And they look like the metal and design seems to match the metals and designs of the locks that you've passed so far.
I'm gonna take that newer looking book and just to open it and see what's inside. I would assume a language I don't understand.
No, you open up and you see it is written in common, and you do understand
nice.
it. The Tome of the Hill Folk, though unfinished, is a fine leather-bound book of a few hundred pages. A quick perusal through it reveals a series of drawings, lists, maps, depicting animals, plants, tools, rubbings of items, and even of pixies and fae-type creatures. And at one point, you see there is a section that translates their alphabet into Common, along with a pronunciation guide.
Interesting. Awesome. Throw that in the backpack.
Subquest completed. Tome of the Hill Folk. You
Sweet.
receive 2 luck points and 1 question from the DM.
I wanted to, once I open the door and leave, assuming there's no other problems along the way, like I'm keeping the torch out as I'm walking, looking around.
Sure, the spiders keep their
Sure that
distance.
centipede doesn't come
As long
back
as
at
you
me.
keep those flames waving, yeah. And you don't see the centipede return. You get to the doors, and they're pretty heavily covered in vines, so you really gotta give it to push your way so it's just open enough that you can get through. But you do.
I need a blade.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
get a blade. It would have been easier, but you do manage to
Kinda
push through enough and
Push
just
my way
break
and
them.
like,
And
snake my way through the mess.
yeah, you have to.
What I like to do is I like to let's say somehow attach the keyring to his backpack. Just
Yeah,
as like
absolutely.
a souvenir. Awesome. All right, so shortly after midday, I would like to. I guess at this point, unless you have something else, go back to my room
Mm-hmm.
and translate.
Absolutely. You have a little time. The translation of the dish is far simpler because it's not phonetic. The word that is written in runes doesn't seem to make any sense. I think it's probably like a pronoun, a name, or a title, or something like that. You don't even know how to say it. And you would need someone who knows how to read this phonetic type. You'd have to, again, find someone in town. And that'll be a later quest in another game.
He said it was a fae
Offering dish.
offering dish. Actually, I'm gonna ask one yes or no question. Basically, is the bowl magical?
No.
All right. Well, that's my answer.
On the morning of the 7th day, you arrive at the ruined monastery. Brother Lee is nowhere to be seen. You can sense what's coming. You ready yourself?
Yep.
About 20 feet away, over your shoulder, whips around the corner of a nearby wall, ruined and crumbled, and chucks it at you.
It's gonna be a little extreme. See how it works. I like to spin around and see if I can catch it and toss it up to myself and use my staff as a bat to like hit it back to him.
I love it. I hope it works. Yeah. All right,
So
to
whatever
catch.
that would be
Say a reflex 11 to catch. Bare hand.
nice. Catch it.
Got
Throw
it.
it up.
And to hit it, we'll say 9. Roll a 9.
I won't make it a 9.
Make it a 9 with a luck point?
Yep.
I would. And
Gotta do it for the seed.
yeah. All right.
It's got to make it a little better every time.
Hit it back. He swipes it out of the air. Nods. I do not believe you will ever be caught so easily unawares again. Quest completed. 2 luck points. 1 dexterity point. And the improved initiative feat. As well as 1 rank and climb.
Yeah, so you got next point.
Yeah. Dex is up to 12, so you now have a +1 dex. You complete your training and move on to the wall. Then after your shift at the tavern, you head upstairs and spend some time reading the book of the hill folk.
Absolutely.
So that is where you leave Fallcrest and return to Wisconsin. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.